Hey workshoppers, Jessi Gage here. I do your newsletter every month. I'm a writer of romance. I wanted to take a minute and give you a face to go with all the newsletters that I send out for the workshop. And I thought I would present a sort of a mini workshop in this video blog format. So I wanted to talk to you today about something that I've been dealing with lately as I've been working on my 4th Highlander novel, and that's plotting. Specifically, plotting a scene, a single scene. So I get stuck a lot, as I'm sure many of you do. You've heard the term writer's block. It probably has other names. For me, it just kind of stinks because there's a certain amount of time I have to write each day, most days. And if the ideas don't come, what's a girl to do? So I wanted to talk to you today about what I do when I am struggling with a particular scene. I know I need to move the story forward, but I'm not sure specifically what I need to write in this block of words. So I've got a notepad and a pen, so we're going to do this kind of old school. So at the beginning, excuse me, frog in my throat. At the beginning of each scene I tackle, I start with a few questions. First, point of view. Whose point of view are we in? When you're writing romance, there's a hero and a heroine. You could do antagonist, protagonist, whatever works for your particular structure. You need to decide whose point of view the scene is in. So, point of view, I ask that. I also ask, what is the character's goal? The point of view character must have a goal. It must be clear, and you must share that with the reader. Sometimes it's clear in your head what the character is trying to accomplish, but that needs to show up on the page. For me, it helps just sort of hone the idea of the scene if I can just write a sentence here at the top of the scene. Goal, to spread information, to further a goal, to, well, that's kind of silly because that has the word goal in it, to win the heroine's heart. It has to be something specific to overcome a certain challenge. So once you have your goal, you can move forward to the next question, which introduces conflict. WGW. What gets in the way of that goal? And that's the heart of the scene. That is what makes the reader want to keep going. If everything's going peachy for your point of view character, why are you writing a book? If there's no conflict, there's really no reason for the reader to keep going. So, what gets in the way of the goal? Next, we have the action of the scene. Action. What happens? Something's got to happen. There's got to be setting. There's got to be movement. There's got to be choreography. There's got to be dialogue. Or some combination thereof. But action. And then the final question I ask is hook. What makes the reader want to keep going into the next scene? How do I end the chapter? So I haven't planned this in advance, so we'll see how this goes. But the scene I'm currently working on, this total brainstorming session, because I don't know, I got to answer these questions. The point of view, I think I want it to be Danu's point of view. Okay, so Danu is one of the characters in the book I'm writing now. She's a heroine. What is her goal? something catastrophic has just happened. I think her goal is to figure out what happened. As far as goals go, just figuring something out isn't as compelling as some goals, but it's a placeholder for now, so she wants to figure out what happened. And I might be getting somewhere with this because there's some, she's got to keep it a secret who she is. So what gets in the way could be her own desire to protect herself and keep her secret. So what gets in the way? Secret keeping. It's a start. And now we're going to talk about the action of the scene. So this person has just been rescued by a king, and he is bringing her into his kingdom. And this particular character, I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but she has some affection for this place, this kingdom, even though she's never physically been there, or at least she hasn't in a long time. So the action of the scene is her entering the kingdom in the custody of the king, and really looking around and seeing what her people look like now. That probably doesn't make any sense to you, but it makes sense to me, and that's what matters. So action is riding into the city. The hook. That's a tough one. I may have to give that one some thought. How can I end the scene so it makes you want to keep going into the next scene? And I have a little bit of an idea. It has to have something to do with her sisterly relationship. So there's got to be something with a conversation with her sister, who is Anya, who some of you might know from The Wolf and the Highlander. So the hook will be just something in the conversation with Anya. Maybe Anya starts to think that Danu is not quite who she seems. So that's how I get going with the scene. I hope that was helpful to you. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I love to interact with you all. And I thought this would be a good interactive way for us to get to know each other a little bit on the workshop in between bigger workshops that Miss Candace Havens hosts. So thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you in the comments. All right, bye-bye.